What's up, y'all, man? It's your boy Mike, man, aka the Chef Motivator, man. Out here at Victory Christian Academy football, getting ready for the football season. So, just came out to talk to the team for a little bit, give them some encouragement and motivation for the season as we all get prepared to go into the football season. So, had a great time motivating the kids, talking with some of the coaches, and man, we just motivating this fine world, man, and employing the youth to be great. That's what we're about. Real quick, who's willing to stand up and tell me and the team what this program has been to y'all, the impact that it's had? What you got? Say that again.
It's a huge change from my last school. It's so much better.
Yeah, and how many ways? In what way?
The people and the environment.
That's good. That's good. All right. Y'all give him a hand clap. Matter of fact, give him 2 claps in a down. Yes, sir. Hey, come get this, man. Yes, sir. You're welcome. That's my newest book. Just a real brief introduction. Actually, this is not my first time here. I actually reached out to Coach Stu the year that y'all went with the state. Yeah. Yeah, in 2019. I actually reached out to him. My beginning stages were right here. I know Miss Rhonda. I was actually up under Pastor Leroy, which is her brother, when I had joined FCA. And so I was coming here every week to speak to the leadership team. And there was a lot of athletes in there. And so I was actually with them the year that they won state. That was probably one of the most electrifying games and situations that I've ever been a part of in my life. So I hope y'all understand the legacy that you're actually being a part of. Even though you're a part of a legacy, you're still making a legacy of your own, right? And so what happened was we had went to the game. So I actually rode up there with Pastor Leroy. So I'm just kind of give you a little synopsis of how powerful this school is, right? And so we're sitting up in the stands. We're sitting like way up in the stands. And I can see the team coming out of the tunnel because they had just went the previous year, but they didn't finish. And what the story was, what they told me was like, it wasn't even like 5 minutes later. It was like 1 minute later, as soon as the game was over, everybody was locked in unfinished business. So they went and got T-shirts and put unfinished business on the back of it. Everybody in the school was wearing T-shirts saying unfinished business. The whole team was wearing T-shirts saying unfinished business. So when the opportunity came, they took advantage of it. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today, is taking advantage of every opportunity that you're afforded. Because when I saw them guys come out of the tunnel, I have not experienced something like that since then, I promise you. And I've had a lot of good experiences with some programs. And I told Pastor Leroy as they was coming out of the tunnel, and they was jumping, and every hair on my body stood up, Coach. I mean, every hair. And I ain't got no hair up here. So every hair stood up. I say, ooh. I say, it's a wrap. I say, it's over. I say, God is on. I say, it's over. It's done. It's a wrap. And the boys came out, and they took care of business. And at the end, they got their goal. And I watched them guys after the fact. I mean, for weeks, they posting. They got their medallion. They got the medallion in their mouth and all that type of stuff. It was good times. And so my message to you today is, don't waste an opportunity. Don't waste an opportunity. You're not going to have this moment 5 years from now. You're not going to have this moment 2 years from now. You're not going to even have this moment tomorrow, because you don't know what's going to happen when you leave out these doors today. I lost my mom last year. She was a healthy woman, right? God just said it's time to come home at the end of the day. Still dealing with that to this day. It gave me a new purpose in life, but actually it also gave me a new lens on life. That you could be here today and it ain't going tomorrow. It's here today, going today. And so what did you do to take advantage of the opportunity that you have? Everybody talk about they want to go to the next level. Everybody talk about they want to go to the NFL, but everybody ain't got a next level work ethic and everybody got an NFL work ethic. So you can't wait until you get to that point. It got to start right now. It starts here mentality. That's why I gave y'all those bracelets. That's my mantra. That's the life that I live by. Think different, be different, live different. I don't want to be like everybody. Average and mediocrity is like a rash to me. It irritates me. I hate average and being mediocre. Can't stand it. I don't care what I do. I get an opportunity. People bring me to speak. I get paid. Sometimes I don't get paid, but that's my choice. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just me giving back to the community, and that's the way I give back to the community. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to give my audience less than 100% just because I ain't getting no check. And so you can't give these coaches less than 100% because you ain't on the field. You got to wait for your opportunity. There's a thing called seasons and times. It may be your season, but it just might not be your time. And when it's not your time, can you be like David and serve in the process? Because see, David wasn't sent to fight. David was sent to bring lunch. David was the Uber Eats guy. They sent David out to feed his brother's lunch. And when David got there, David saw an opportunity. He didn't see an obstacle. Too many times we see obstacles and we shut down. Oh, I'm not getting enough plays. We shut down, man. Forget that. I ain't coming to practice today. Man, I know I'm better than him. Man, forget that. I ain't doing nothing, man. Coach can't ask me to do nothing today. I'm shutting down. You can't do that. What happens when the obstacle knocks on your door and you ain't ready? Because we all know what is it. It's next man up, ain't it? So if you're going to be a team, then why are we constantly not playing a team sport? Because it's not my time yet. There's processes and systems to everything in life. Everything. Your household, your job, the school. Everything has systems and processes, and sports is no different. If you got a senior that's next in line, unless you that dog, don't be expect to be out there on the field and you a freshman. It may be your season, but it may not be your time. Just be quiet and grind. At the end of the day, just keep working. Because that's what it's going to take. Because I was just talking about this the other day. I said, you got to imagine like you working and you keep looking up. You working, you keep looking up. You working, you losing momentum because you keep working and you keep looking up instead of you just working. You losing energy and momentum by keep raising up. Just grind, man. My question to you is, can you serve even in the midst of when you feel like you need to be the one that's being served? Because that's what David did. David was a shepherd. That's what shepherds do. Shepherds feed their flock. They take care of their flock. That's what they do. So David was just doing what he know to do. So do what you know to do. Grind. Get in the weight room. First of all, make sure you're showing up for class every day. Make sure your GPA is at a certain height, because if your GPA is at a certain height, them coaches ain't looking at you. They looking at that film, and the first thing they ask, Coach, what his grade look like? Is he showing up for class? What's his character like? See, I think it's all about the flash, and it's the same everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. It don't matter. From Little League to the NFL, it just changes. That's it. The elevation just changes. So if the system elevation changes, then what happens? That means your work ethic got to change. It has to elevate. Don't be majoring on the minor stuff. Your job right now is to make sure you get your grades and help your fellow teammates and grind. That's it. That's it. Ain't no jar. It takes more muscles in your face to frown than it does to smile. Anybody know that? It's scientifically proven. It takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile. It takes less energy to lift your brother up than to condemn your brother. Can y'all be like David? One thing I can say, because I was there with that team when they won, I can see that cohesiveness. And they had kids from all over the county. And I'm sure there's kids from all over the county here. Can y'all put what needs to be put together to do what y'all need to do to get where y'all need to go? How many of y'all was happy with what y'all did last year? Good. I'm a student. I looked at all that stuff. Just because I ain't here, that don't mean I ain't watching. See, you don't know who watching you. Y'all don't even know me, but I've been watching y'all. I've been watching what he been doing with the program. I ain't too many doing what he doing. Do y'all appreciate that? Do you understand what these men and these coaches are doing for y'all? By bringing guys that coming in and talking to you about life, talking to you about their business outside of football, because it's less than 1% that make it to the league. And I'm not one that takes anybody's dream. I'm the one that expand it. We always worried about being on the field. What about the guy that's behind the field? He make more money than the guy on the field. But everybody want to be on the field, and just because I can't be on the field, my life over. But as soon as I go to a kid and I ask him, hey, what you want to do? Now, tell me, outside of football, outside of basketball, outside of baseball, tell me something you want to do. And 9 times out of 10, they can't even tell me. Because they spend too much time worrying about that sport than their mindset. Because what happens when you get injured, you can't get back on the field. You spend more time training your muscle on your body than the muscle in your mind. Reading the right things, listening to the right things, doing the right things. That's what success is all about. It ain't about the car. It ain't about the house. It ain't about how much clothes you got, how much shoes you got on. It ain't about none of that stuff, man. Because at the end of the day, when you die, none of that stuff matters. None of that stuff matters. The only thing that matters is the impact you make. There's nothing wrong with making income, but we be so focused on chasing the bag and trying to make an income that we forget to make an impact. So don't let that be y'all. Y'all understand? Y'all feel me? Yes, y'all feel me? Yes, I'm not getting on to you. I'm just passionate about this, man. Once I found my life purpose, man, I drove it with everything in me. I tell people, whatever you have been created to do, drive the life out of it. I don't care if you were born to be a truck driver. What can you do in the business of that truck driver that can be a blessing to somebody else's life versus you just taking shipment up and down that road? Everything is about branding now. You can brand yourself multiple different ways. I don't care what you do. And so we focus on one thing. But I don't care what God has created and purposed you for. Don't just focus on that one thing. Focus on that to get it started. But once you got that thing started, let it branch off into other stuff. That's what these coaches are doing for y'all. They ain't saying that, you know, they're not saying that they don't believe y'all, but they know the reality of what's going on because they already been there. I'm a simple guy. That book is called The Blueprint to Success for a reason. You give me the blueprint, all right, coach, let's ride. You told me to go left, okay. Dang, man, we really should have gone right, but coach said go left, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go left. Or maybe he sees something I don't see. Versus we just doing that. We had some kids that do that. We had some kids go into the huddle. Coach be done called to play. Be like, what is he doing? And I called his own play and fumbled the ball. Game over. And we at the 5-yard line. All we got to do is score and win the game. But because he thought he knew more than the coach, he called his own play and fumbled the ball. There's a time to serve and then there's a time to be served. When you get that in your mind, that's when you become the greatest. That's when you become the greatest. When you understand that I'm not just here to extract value from the system, but I'm here to bring value to the system. It's an eternal exchange. See, too many times it's all about what can I get? What can I get? What can I give versus what can I give? Can my brother look me dead in my eyes and say, man, my brother gave me everything tonight? Or did he let his obstacles overtake the assignment for the night? Because see, David saw the obstacle as an opportunity. David allowed the fearless giant raise up on the inside of him to destroy a giant that was on the externals outside of him. Can you say that for yourself? Can you let the fearless giant rise up on the inside of you to defeat every obstacle that's coming towards your way? Because see, y'all ain't played the game yet. So what they're doing and what we're doing is we're fueling you right now. Because when it's game time, practice is over. Do you know the play is good enough that coach can trust you to run the play when the play needs to be ran? See, everybody want to be a beast at the time to do what beasts do. And that's show up and play. That's show up and win. That's showing up in the classroom. That's showing up for the homie. That's showing up for your family. Being an example and letting them know that this is the way that we're going to do it. This is how I am. The standard is the standard. It don't matter. That's my saying. The standard is the standard. I don't care. If you can't give me your best, get gone. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. Because I done been through too much. I'm young, but I done been through way too much stuff, coach, in my lifetime. To be sitting here wasting time on somebody that don't want nothing out of life. And it's not mean, but once you start getting older and things start changing around your life, you begin to value your time. And so if you got to be here to practice, why not get everything out of practice that you can get out of practice so that you can be successful, not just on the field, but off the field. Because the same thing that you have to do on the field will be the same thing that you're going to have to apply in your life off the field. What's going to happen when you get married and you got a family to support and things don't go the way that you expected in your life? You lose a job or something happens. You ain't got time to cry. You got to get this thing running. So when coach tells you touch the line and you don't touch the line, you quitting on that family. You don't see it now, but what you're doing is you're interjecting that into your spirit. the spirit of quit or the spirit of half doing something. And so that's what you don't want. You want to be able to walk in the spirit of excellence, the spirit of greatness. We're talking about being great, but we got to do what greatness requires from us, even when we don't feel like it, because you're not going to always feel like practicing. But we always feel like playing that game, though, don't we? So all it takes is just a shift in your mindset, man. So let this year be great. I ain't going to take up too much of your time, but I just want to come and pour something into you guys, man. I want to give something to you guys into the program, man. We rooting for y'all. You understand? So this is not just about football, man. Coach told you, I watch it, man. It's bigger than football. Ain't too many doing what this man is doing. Ain't too many guys doing what these coaches doing, man. I'm telling y'all. I had to hit him up like, Coach, keep doing what you're doing, man. And in my heart of hearts, I'm saying this. I say, boy, I hope they appreciate and really realize what these coaches are doing for them. Because if I go to the bank and I never put no money in the bank and I go to withdraw something, what's going to happen? Nothing. Right. Insufficient funds. I mean, you ain't got no money to pull out to ask for what you talking about. So all this time, all this laboring, all this time of bringing people in, all this time of laboring, putting plays before you, all this time of coaching you up, all this time, it's for the time when it's time to pull it out. So when you out there on that field and practice is over, you got to remember what these coaches told you. Can you dig deep when the fourth quarter comes and the game is on the line? Can you rely on the 11 guys on that field to do what they're supposed to do? Because if you can get that, you've already won in the game of life. Forget football. If you can take that same tenacity, and when things go wrong with your family, don't worry about it, baby. I got it. I don't know how we're going to make it, but I believe it's going to happen. Don't worry about it. I got you. I'm going to put you on. I watched the kid put the whole team on his back last year. And I walked up to him. I said, hey, son, man, don't put that pressure on yourself, son. I said, that's what you got 10 other guys for. I appreciate that. I really do. And coming from you, I really appreciate that, because your freshman year, I wanted to choke you. But by your senior year, I saw the man come out because he listened. We went undefeated last year and then lose to the second round of the playoff because these guys listened. I told him, Coach, we had less talent on the roster than any team that I've been there for the last 8 years. From a name standpoint, star standpoint, athletic standpoint, for the last 8 years I've been over there, we had less talent last year. We went undefeated during the whole season. Why? Because the guys bought into a system and they got rid of their egos. If you got one, I'm telling you, check it. Because you don't want to be the guy that when opportunity come knocking and you messed up. We had guys, recruits came to the school, Coach. Guess where they at? Home. Home, Coach. And I'm talking about D1 schools, Coach. And then they want to get mad because they ain't got nothing. How you going to get mad when the day you wasn't at school, the recruiter came knocking on your door and you wasn't there? No opportunity wasted. Live life in the now. That's my acronym. No opportunity wasted. We had a thing when we was growing up, and I took pride in it. You used to get an award just for being in attendance. And I used to look forward to I was like, man, I ain't missed no days of school. I'm going to get that. We got to change our value system, man. We got to change that, man. Oh, man, I don't feel like going to school, so I ain't going. That could be the day the recruiting show up. You don't know. You don't know. But they're going to call him, hey, Coach, I'm sliding through. Don't let them know I'm coming. I've heard Coach tell the stories. They call them, hey, I'm finna slide through, but have the transcripts ready. Don't let them know I'm coming through. What's his character like? Oh, he ain't there? All right. Click. Next. So don't waste your opportunities, man. Every opportunity count, every snap count, every rep count, every test, every homework assignment, every yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. That stuff count because the right person is listening and the right person watching. When I hear a young man shake my hand or a young lady come to me and they say yes sir, no sir, I look at them different because this generation don't believe in that. And people of prominent positions, when they hear that, they'll be more prominent to help you get to where you're trying to go because they see the same thing I see. They don't see that type of respect coming from this generation. And just because something just as small as that, because I always tell people success is in the details. You got to look at the fine print. We sign contracts and we don't look at the fine print, and then the fine print is what we get caught up at. So you got to look at the fine print of your life, and you got to check that stuff off because it matters. When you think it don't matter, it matters. So when we leave out here today, man, I want y'all to have one of the best practices y'all have. When y'all get ready to get prepared for going into next week, have the best practices. Every day you should be striving to get 1%, at least 1% better. That should be your goal every day you wake up, outside of whatever else it is you go on. And then I guarantee you, and coaches, all the coaches can agree, man, I guarantee you we're going to be looking you up a couple years from now. And it ain't necessarily got to be about football. It's because you took the principles that was given to you and you applied them and you made it successful in your own way. And that's what life is about. Just giving you the blueprint. I'm going to give you the blueprint, but you got to mold it and shape it in the way you want it. But you got to follow the blueprint because you don't follow the blueprint. They already been there. You making up stuff and you making it harder for yourself because you think you know it. You 16, 17, 18 years old, man. I ain't going to tell you my age. I'm older than what you think. I guarantee you that. But y'all feel me? Yes, y'all feel me? Yes, sir. 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 Hey, man, we watching, man. Y'all make sure y'all have a great season. Y'all remember this stuff, man. Everything that the coaches will tell y'all, man. We watch. Like I said, y'all didn't know I was watching y'all, man. But I've been watching y'all from afar. And if I'm watching y'all, who else watching y'all? So I just want y'all to take all that stuff to heart, man. Everything happens for a reason. So if it's not your time, remember this story. David didn't go out there to fight. David went out there to serve. And in him doing his job, he got offered an opportunity to step up and do something nobody else wanted to do. You might not have a kicker. You may want, hey, Coach, I got you. May need a punter. Don't nobody want to punt. Coach, I got you. Got to go out with that mentality this year. And y'all go out with a bang, man. If y'all say y'all want to get to that ship, these guys know how to get there. Just follow the blueprint. That's all you got to do. All right. Let me get all in on 3. 1, 2, 3. All in. Let me get one more time. Let me get all in on 3. 1, 2, 3. All in. 1, 2, 3. All in. 1, 2, 3. All in. Good. That's my time, man. Appreciate you, Coach.